Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Payal, a law student and an active member at All India Human Rights Association. Today we're here to talk about Article 12, that is enshrined in Part 3 of the Indian Constitution. It defines a state. As I've already mentioned, Article 12 is enshrined in Part 3 of the Indian Constitution. However, it is also applicable on Part 4 of the Indian Constitution. Scholars say that the definition provided by Article 12 is an inclusive definition and not exhaustive. Most of the fundamental rights provided to the citizens are claimed against the state and its instrumentalities and not against the private bodies. It provides an extended significance to the word state. Article 12 says that in this part, unless the context otherwise requires, the state includes the government and the Parliament of India, the government and the legislature of each state, and all the local and other authorities within the territory of India or under the control of the Government of India. The dynamic nature of the state was taken into consideration by the makers, and therefore the term other authorities was inserted by them. The previous two categories we know about them, but what does the local authorities include? This has been defined under Section 3, Clause 31 of the General Clauses Act. It says that local authority shall mean a municipal corporation or committee or a district board, a containment board or a body of commissioners or any other authority constituted for purpose of local self-government or village administration. So, the panchayat and municipalities were included within the ambit of local authorities, and therefore they will be called state as per Article 12. So what is the takeaway? The takeaway is that local self-governing bodies are the local authorities and therefore they will be state under Article 12. The fourth category of state as mentioned in Article 12 of the Indian Constitution is other authority. But what does that include? Well, this we will understand with the help of various pronouncements of the apex court of the country, the Supreme Court of India. The first category is adjustum generis, which means of the same kind. The famous pronouncement of this particular category is Ujjumbai versus State of UP of 1962, which overruled the University of Madras versus Shantapai, and it provided a liberal interpretation to the inclusive definition as provided in Article 12. The apex court overruled the pronouncement, stating that other authorities should not necessarily derive its colors from the presiding three authorities under the article and need not be of governmental or sovereign nature, as that would then confine the article within limited bounds. A body that performs governmental or sovereign function will that be only considered state. This question was addressed in the case of Rajasthan Electricity Board versus Mohanlal. The Supreme Court held that a body created by law or by constitution need not perform governmental or sovereign function only to be considered a state. The judgment cleared the misconceptions and declared one who is exercising or performing sovereign, non-sovereign functions or commercial functions as a state. This judgment was upheld in the case of Sukhdev versus Bhagat Ram. Herein, the apex court recognized the extended arm of the government exercising its commercial functions as a state, which means that universities or companies like LIC or ONGC can be a state too now. Other significant pronouncements include Som Prakash versus Union of India and Dr. Janeth Jayapal versus SRM University. In Som Prakash versus State of Union of India, the question was whether a statutory company like Indian Petroleum Corporation is a state under Article 12 or not. In this case, the pension of the employees were arbitrarily reduced, which was later acquired by the central government. It was observed that merely because a legal corporation has a legal entity or legal personality of its own, it does not mean that the corporation is not an agent or instrumentality of the state if it is subject to the governmental control for all the important matters. A public authority is a body that performs public functions and which performs duties and carries out its transactions for the benefit of the state. Therefore, the said body was held to be a state. However, in Janet Jayapal versus SRM University, the question was whether SRM University, which is a deemed university, comes under the meaning of state. SRM University, which is engaged in imparting higher education in various subjects and which by notification was considered as a deemed university under the UGC, that is University Grants Commission Act of 1956. Herein, the petitioner is an employee of the SRM University and he appealed for writ jurisdiction in the High Court of Madras under Article 226, challenging the notice issued by the SRM University terminating the services. The High Court held that the SRM University was not a state and therefore no writ lies, but the Supreme Court held it to be a state as the writ petition lies there. And the university also performs a function, that is imparting education, which was of public function or importance. SRM University is a deemed university under the UGC Act. All the universities or all the provisions of the UGC Act are made applicable to the university, which inter alia provides for effective discharge of the public function, namely education for the benefit of the public at large. We cannot conclude this discussion without talking about Ajay Hasia versus Khalid Mujib case of Honorable Supreme Court. Herein, 6 criterion determinative test was provided by the Apex Court for determining whether a body is a state under Article 12 of the Indian Constitution or not. Following 6 criteria were mentioned. First, if the entire share capital of the corporation is held by the government, or financial assistance of the state is so much as to meet almost entire expenditure of the corporation, or if the corporation enjoys monopoly status which is state conferred or state protected, or if the corporation exists in deep and pervasive state control, or the functions of the corporation are of public importance and are closely related to governmental functions. Specifically, if a department of government is transferred to a corporation, it would be a strong factor supportive of this inference of the corporation being an instrumentality or agency of the government. So these 6 criteria were defined under this particular judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court, which determined if a body is a state or not. If on a consideration of these relevant factors it is found that the corporation is an instrumentality or agency of government, it would, as pointed out in the International Airport Authorities case, be an authority and therefore state within the meaning of the expression in Article 12. So with that last discussion of the pronouncement of the Honorable Supreme Court in the case of Ajay Hasid versus Khalid Mujib, we hereby conclude our discussion. However, this will be carried on in another lesson, that will be lesson 2 of Article 12, and that will be talking about whether the judiciary is a state or not. So stay tuned and keep watching.